Hey guys and gals, welcome back. This is Greg Silverman speaking, Outsource Chief Financial Officer. We have some clients that we serve as interim CFO in the mining space. That's a great interest of ours, is this mining space. And uranium in particular is something I've been speaking about for some time. So for all potential clients and existing clients, so let's get rid of that. There's an interesting article. Let's read it together in a Come Learn With Me session. Ban of Russian uranium could revive local mine operations. Buffalo, Uranium Energy Corp, which acquired Christensen and Irigaray Ranch uranium mines in Johnson and Campbell counties in buying Uranium One Americas in December, is slowly preparing to restart operations. That's according to Donna Witchers, Vice President of Wyoming Operations for UEC. UEC appears confident uranium will be priced high enough to start operations. To sustain operations, the market price needs to remain at $60 per pound. Currently is at approximately 48. Boris Johnson. More nuclear reactors which generate electricity using uranium would increase demand for the resource. If Congress bans uranium imports from Russia, which has said that would mean heavy reliance on domestic product that doesn't exist right now. Wyoming's congressional delegation has backed a bill that aims to do just that. Introduced in March, HR 7222, which is co-sponsored by Republican Liz Cheney, Republican Wyoming, would ban Russian imports of uranium. Senator John Barrasso introduced a companion bill in the Senate, co-sponsored by fellow Wyoming Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis. It is absolutely imperative that we cut off all Russian imports, including uranium, Lummis said in a press release. Every dollar we send to Russia is a dollar used to continue to attack innocent people in Ukraine. Wyoming has more than enough uranium to fill this gap and can mine it in a more environmentally friendly and safe way. Both bills were introduced in both chambers, though no further action has been taken. Which is hopeful because reports say that White House may soon ban Russian aluminum imports in response to the country's military escalation in Ukraine. This shows a willingness to ban Russian imports, which could eventually include uranium. Things like that will definitely help the market price, which is said more utilities buying domestic. That's what happens when they can't get it from Russia, which is cheaper than to buy from domestic sources. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the U.S. imports most of the uranium it uses as fuel. U.S. nuclear power reactors purchased the equivalent of about 46.74 million pounds of uranium in 21. Of that, 5% was domestically produced. During that time, 35% of uranium the country used was imported from Kazakhstan, 15% from Canada, 14% from Russia and Australia, 7% from Namibia, and the final 10% was from 5 other countries. In testimony to the Senate in March, Scott Melby, president of the Trade Association Uranium Producers of America and executive president of UEC, said American uranium producers can't compete with state-owned companies that use price undercutting strategies. Melby called for Russia to employ predatory market practices to cultivate America's dangerous reliance on the Kremlin and its allies for uranium and nuclear fuel. Melby called for Russia to... Another factor that could spur domestic uranium production is the proposed National Uranium Reserve. The Department of Energy issued a request for bids for 2 million pounds of domestic uranium. UEC submitted a bid last month, which has said UEC is preparing for when it resumes operations. When we shut things down back in 2018, we did things like disconnected our piping and things like that. So now we're back reconnecting all of our piping, which is said we have a list a mile long, checking wellhead integrity, leak detection systems, cleaning our parts and pieces that go on top of our wellheads, checking pumps, reinstalling wellhead boxes. EIA estimates UEC's mine in Campbell and Johnson counties could produce 1.3 million pounds of uranium annually. There you go, guys. As I said before, we are interim or fractional chief financial officer for a number of mining companies, private companies that are looking to go public. And of interest to us is certainly the resurrection of the uranium sector. So if that's you, and another area of interest to us, of course, is the Inflation Reduction Act and the tax credits and tax benefits that accrue to small little mining companies such as maybe yours. So get in touch with us and let's have a chat about how we can be of assistance to you. Greg Silverman out for now.